Alright, shalom, all praises be unto Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Rakakodash. Double honors unto the elder apostles and the elder bishops at Great Millstone, who rule well and taught us his truth. Shalom unto the 144,000 and the rest of the elect. Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Barakatham, Hashem Rakakodash. Now, this is an article here that was sent to me by the elder. And it says the Fed prepares a bank crisis while telling Americans the economy is strong. Now, just based off of that title alone, we're not even getting into the article yet. A precept comes to mind, which will pull. This is the book of Psalms 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. And we can qualify this, to its case-specific relevance. But in general, this is the way that Esau moves, man. Esau's not only the devil to his own people, he's a devil to himself as well, man. As it says, his words were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. So he'll tell you one thing, but what's really the intent of his mind is a complete other. His words were softer than oil, hopeful, promising, encouraging, motivating, yet were they drawn swords, destructive, man. Okay, so based off of that alone, the Fed prepares for a bank crisis while telling Americans the economy is strong. That just is right up the characteristics of this devil, man. And it says, last Thursday, Bloomberg reported that federal regulators are preparing a proposal to force U.S. banks to utilize the Federal Reserve's discount window in preparation for future bank crisis. The aim, notes Katanga Johnson, is to remove the stigma around tapping into this financial lifeline, part of the continuing fallout from the failures of several significant regional banks last year. The new policy is reminiscent of the Fed's actions during the 2007 financial crisis, where financial authorities encouraged large banks to tap into the discount window, taking loans directly from the Federal Reserve to make it easier for distressed banks to do the same. The hesitancy from financial institutions to tap into the source of liquidity is justified. If the public believes a bank needs support from the Fed, it is rational for depositors to flee the bank. The Fed's explicit aim is to provide cover from at-risk banks, trying to hold off bank runs that are inherent risks in our modern fractional reserve banking system. You could get into the whole economics behind fractional reserves, I'd have to do like a longer lesson for that, but pretty much it's all based on the inconveniencing of a set of people, and a debt-based system. There's many aspects to the economics behind it, but because banks really don't have money. Banks are the biggest lenders, as it were. Giving promissory notes, man. And that's why when economic times of hardship appear, things go left, because they can't give back to the account holder what they initially borrowed, man. People can't pay back debts, bank can't pay people back. So when they start delving into these safety measures, people know that the bank is on the downside, so they run. Okay. The Fed's low interest rate environment meant financial institutions seeking low risk assets brought up the US Treasuries with very low yields. As inflationary pressures forced rates upward, the market value of these bonds decreased in favor of new, higher yield bonds. It was this pressure that sparked the failure of Silicon Valley Bank last year. Additionally, the state of commercial real estate is a further stress for regional banks, which are responsible for 80% of such mortgages. It says, I'm just skipping to key parts. It says, unfortunately, this same period experienced major changes in consumer behavior. Online shopping, remote work, and shared office space increased at the expense of traditional brick and mortar locations. The C-19 lockdowns only further amplified these trends. As a result, commercial real estate debt is viewed as one of the most dangerous financial assets out there today, sitting right on the balance sheets of regional banks across the country. These stresses have had major impact not only on the latest policy from federal regulators, but the depth of their response to last year's failures. Following the failure of SVB, the Fed created the Bank Term Funding Program, which allowed banks and credit unions to borrow US Treasuries and other assets as collateral. The emergency measure reflected fear of other banks being at risk. The Fed has signaled its willingness to let this program expire in March with the aim of transitioning banks to increasing their use of the discount window. So they're trying to get banks into a space whereby they feel comfortable, using this window, man. Look at this line. The Fed has proven time and time again that if given the choice between forcing Americans to suffer from the consequences of inflation or bailing out the financial system, it will choose the latter. Because he doesn't care, man. And all these, you got the investment bankers and FAs, financial advisors, and all these different job roles and stuff. At the end of the day, these people have the interest of the higher elite. Okay, and the elite banking families, of course, they'll choose the latter. They don't care about the average quality of life. See, that's another metric in economics, the quality of life. You get deeper into that, they start talking about first world, second world, third world, all of that. But in these so-called first world countries, man, the quality of life is quite it's quite something, man. People come over to England thinking that it's gonna be streets of gold, and they get here and realize that it's a piece of shit. They just, especially London, it's not all that they cracked it up to be. Likewise in America, man. In England, man, you got buildings falling apart, houses falling apart, man. Houses got mold in them. Roofs caving in. Integral structures of houses weakening, bridges collapsing, potholes in the roads. All kind of things, man. Same over there in America. So really and truly, they don't have the common banker at heart interest, man. They've got the interest of the financial systems. They said they will choose the latter, man. Okay, and this is why you have no say in the way finance goes. Okay, not even Trump. So he's out there talking about, no, we won't do CBDCs. No, you will. You will, man. If you get in office, you will. And if you don't get in office, whoever does will promote and push that CBDC, because that is the direction of biblical prophecy, which will ultimately culminate in the chip, man. Okay, the scriptures speak about the ground shall see the labors are few. Ecclesiastes. The economies are messed up, man. People, jobs and that. People can't get jobs, man. There's jobs out there to be got, but people can't get them, man. You know, stuck in the loop of job searching, you know. So the US economy, man, they want to make it seem at face value they can hide it. Yeah, nah, it's all good, but it's not, man. You know, the trends, if you follow the trends, you know, you watch these channels, Bloomberg Finance, you know, I always have that on. You'll see that the same trends that led to previous financial crashes are the same trends which we're experiencing right now in these, you know, major economies throughout the world. You know, the scriptures speak about there's no new thing under the sun. That which shall be has been already, no new thing. So it happened before in years gone by, many crashes and things. They mentioned the 07 one in this article. There's going to be another crash, but it's engineered. Orad Keo, man. That's what it is, Orad Keo. But it's going to be to what institute that new financial system, but they have to tweak the economy and push it in the direction of a crash. So it seems legit. Ecclesiastes 1:9, the thing that has been is that which shall be, and that which is done shall be done. And there's no new thing under the sun. So there you go, man. There you go. So, yeah, man. You know, another financial crash is on the way. You know, they're lying and telling people it's strong because you've got different vantage points. You can analyze data in a day. You can analyze data for a week. You can analyze data for a month. You can analyze data for a year. And oftentimes, the longer the disparity of time, you know, the graph reads differently. So all they're doing is reading the graphs in a shorter period of time, telling the US citizen that it's fine. But if you analyze data for a wider scale, a year or 2 years or whatever, overall the downward majority trend is downward, man. You know, not upward. So they know how to lie to people, man. Telling people it's all good when it's not. And that's why when they push that chip out there, it's going to be gradual, but it's going to come as a radical needed change. That's what they're going to pose it as. It's a radical and needed change. You know, they're going to push people up into a corner so much whereby they truly believe the only way out to survive and keep their head above water financially is by taking this chip, man. Revelation 13, 15, and 16. He calls it all. It's not a choice, it's a causation. So all what we're seeing here in these articles is the beginning of causations leading towards that final major prophecy in the mark of the beast, man. And into that, I'm out, man. Shalom.